The food on your plate, it does so much more than just fill you up. It's literally the building block of your life, your health, and yeah, even the economic stability of our whole society. What we choose to eat, all of us together, has this incredible power to shape our future in ways we're only just starting to wrap our heads around. And listen, that is not an exaggeration. This statement from Nemours Children's Health is just so direct. We often think about all kinds of other causes for illness, right? But the data shows that what we eat, or don't eat, is right there at the very top of the list. And it's something we have some control over every single day. And this isn't just a US problem. Not even close. To really get the global scale of this, you have to look at this number. 11 million. That's how many adult deaths around the world were linked to dietary risks in just 1 year. That number is just staggering. All right, so first up, our diet, our health. Let's dig into just how massive this health crisis is and what it means for every single one of us. But where does it all start? I mean, really? Well, the foundation for our health for our entire lives is built when we're kids. So let's zoom in from that huge global picture to something way more personal and see how nutrition in our earliest years really sets the stage for everything that comes after. Now, to really get a handle on this problem, we have to talk about this term, food insecurity. And it's not just about being hungry. It's about that uncertainty, that constant stress of not knowing if you'll have access to enough good, healthy food. This is the real root condition that so often leads to malnutrition. And you might think this is a rare thing, but it's really not. Just look at this. In 2022, over 17% of American households with kids were facing this. We're talking about millions of families struggling to consistently put nutritious food on the table. And if you zoom in and focus just on the kids themselves, the statistic gets even sharper. 1 in 5. Think about that for a second. In an average classroom, that could be 4 or 5 kids dealing with the stress and the health impacts of not having enough to eat. And look, the consequences are so much bigger than just a rumbling stomach. We see clear links to kids doing worse in school, a higher risk for serious diseases down the line, and even major struggles with mental health like depression and anxiety. It can create this whole ripple effect that touches everything in their lives. Okay, that's a pretty grim picture, I know. But what if we could actually change it? What's the potential payoff if we get this right? Let's talk about that and look ahead 30 years. So to figure that out, researchers did something really cool. They used this sophisticated computer model to basically hit fast forward and see what our future could look like if we, as a nation, just started eating healthier. And what they found is fascinating. The benefits aren't like instant. They build up, they snowball over time. After just 10 years, the model predicts nearly 3 million fewer cases of diabetes. Fast forward to year 30, that number more than doubles. And on top of that, we'd see millions fewer cases of heart disease. It's incredible. Just let that sink in for a minute. Nearly 6 million. That's how many fewer people could be suffering from diabetes after 3 decades. And this is all based on a totally achievable improvement in diet quality. That's a monumental win for public health. And it doesn't stop there. The simulation also showed 4 million fewer cases of heart disease. These aren't small adjustments. We're talking about a fundamental, positive shift in the health of an entire population. So, what about the money? Well, get this. In just that 30th year of the simulation alone, the savings on healthcare would be a mind-blowing $144 billion. Can you imagine what we could do with that kind of money? All from just eating better. Okay, so the benefits for our physical health and for the economy are crystal clear. But now, let's shift gears and get into some really cutting-edge science. We're going to explore one of the most complex and exciting connections of all, the link between what we eat and the health of our brains. Now, this might look super complicated, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. Scientists are using AI to basically read and understand millions of medical studies all at once. The AI then connects all the dots, building this massive knowledge graph. It's like a superpowered detective that can spot hidden patterns and links between diet and diseases like Alzheimer's that a human might take a lifetime to find. And the big goal here? It's to use this incredible technology to pinpoint specific things in our diet, foods, chemicals, supplements that could help us prevent or at least delay the onset of these devastating brain diseases. And this isn't just science fiction. The AI model is already pointing to some fascinating potential links. For example, it flags studies suggesting tea might reduce dementia risk, that dietary fiber could help protect the brain from those nasty amyloid plaques, and even that honey could be a source of helpful compounds. So cool. All of this science is awesome, but what does it mean for you right now in your daily life? Let's bring it all home and talk about a practical, evidence-based blueprint for what a healthy diet actually looks like. For a really solid starting point, we can turn to the World Health Organization. They've done the hard work of sifting through all the global research and have put together a clear set of recommendations that form the basis of a healthy diet. And the great thing about these guidelines is how simple they are. The core ideas are really about limits, keeping salt intake low, cutting way back on added sugars, and being smart about your fat intake by swapping out unhealthy saturated and trans fats for healthier ones. And this table right here, it's a perfect snapshot of the kind of diet that was used in that 30-year simulation we talked about. It's so straightforward. It's all about eating more of the good stuff: vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, and legumes, while eating less of things like sugary drinks, red and processed meats, trans fats, and too much sodium. It's a simple, powerful blueprint you can actually use. So we end here. The science shows such a clear path forward to a healthier, more prosperous future, and it's all through better nutrition. The evidence is overwhelming, from preventing chronic disease, to saving billions of dollars, to even protecting our brains. It really leaves us with one critical question. If we know all this, what's really stopping us?